I love Cheetos.
Love it. You love Cheetos. Okay.
The issue is I used to buy the family pack.
Okay.
Now I buy the smallest one I can find, and if it's too big, I just don't buy it.
I am here with David Safir. He helps financial professionals bridge the gap between accounting theory and cash reality. As founder of 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭, he's guided hundreds of businesses from cash crises to stability. His proven systems teach advisors how to turn paper profits into real money and keep their clients from running out. On a personal note, from my experience, if you are an accounting professional with clients whose profits look great in their P&L, but they can't make payroll, I swear to you, you need to help that business. And if you don't know how to help that business, please connect with David and figure out what you need to know to help them. So welcome, David. We're glad you're here. And before we got started, you told me you have already lost 90 pounds, which is absolutely phenomenal and amazing. Congratulations on that. And you told me that previously there were 4 to 5 strategic moves that were game changers for you. In our pre-conversation, you've now upped that to like 7 or maybe 13. So if we could walk through those, I guarantee you people want to know what's going on.
Well, thanks, Brian. It's great to be here. And if I can inspire one person to take another step towards getting healthier, because that's what it's about for me, is being healthy, then it was well worth our time.
Perfect.
But I know I told you 90, but I haven't lost 90 pounds. Sorry. Okay. As of this morning, it's 95.
95 pounds. 95. Congratulations. Okay. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Thanks. So let me tell you, there's no magic bullet for me. There might be for some people, but for me, it was a bunch of things. Number one, it was mindset. And there were 3 key mindsets I had to take. Number one, took a long time to put all the weight on. It was going to take some time to take it off.
Okay.
Wasn't going to happen overnight. Patience. Number 2 was eating, not just exercise. And I can tell you some stories about all the exercise I've done. And then the other one is I've got a wonderful wife and I brought along props. Yeah. She couldn't be here today. This is our picture. Okay. She has lost 100 pounds.
Wow.
We put it on. Okay. We put it on together and we realized the only way to do this was to take it off together.
I mean, the absolute definition of a helpmate right there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I guess there's a fourth one, which is we each had our own motivation to get the weight down. All right. So those are all key. But all right. So here's some of the more physical things we did. One was we shifted to a plant-based whole food diet, not vegetarian, plant-based. We still eat some meat. Okay. I started wearing a blood sugar monitor, continual glucose monitor.
Okay, the one that's like in your arm?
It's in my arm. It's there right now, and I know what my blood sugar is. And let me tell you, well, I could tell you stories about all these, but I won't right now. Medicine. I needed the right medicine. A couple things. Number one, I was diagnosed years ago that I had low testosterone. And if you're a man and you haven't had that done, my understanding it's a common problem. So right testosterone levels. And number 2, I have type 2 diabetes. Why? Probably because I was so heavy, but I needed the right medicines. So, regular medicine. All right. And then, yes, more exercise. And it came in 2 types, a general aerobic exercise, and I'm not hardcore exerciser. I've tried that. It didn't work for me. Okay. Yeah. And then, believe it or not, push-ups, just push-ups. But not dozens or hundreds. Like, I think I've done 1,500 in a month once. And then intermittent fasting. I generally, I don't track to how late I eat, but I generally don't eat until noon. Okay. And then the other thing was we run a business, and so we really had a tough time. It's like, I should be doing this for the business, that for the business. And yes, this is an unabashed
a cure for the common company.
Yes, and if you notice the author, there's not too many. Yeah, he's my brother. Okay.
I was like, I think your name's David.
Right, it is. But he works at Johns Hopkins, and he's in charge of wellness for all 40,000 employees, doctors, nurses, and university staff. He does wellness, and he teaches. So we read this book and realized this is not a separate thing. If our business is going to be successful, we need to be healthy. Just Well, just it doesn't make any sense not to be. It is
Yeah.
direct. And so we put that, our first thing is fitness. We have fitness, fun, focus, follow through, finances, and something else. But fitness is number one.
Fitness is number one.
Number one.
And when you say we, you're talking about you and your wife.
My wife and I.
Yeah,
Sorry.
okay.
Thank you. Yes. So we're in business together. I
Okay.
wish I had an after picture of her. She's on a trip.
Okay.
She looks incredible. I won't go into the physical attraction that we're having again for each other.
Feel free. I mean, my wife is going to be like, yeah, he's right up your alley, bro.
Well,
that's what I talked to
I'm
her about.
having a hard time keeping my hands off of her.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
we
Love it.
met in high school, and it's
Okay.
like she looks and she weighs less now, and it's not a weight issue.
Yeah.
Her motivation, if I can talk about that for a minute,
Sure. Love it.
is
Yeah.
we had our first grandchild,
Okay.
2 years old. She's sitting on the floor with him. He gets up and runs across the room, and she can't get up quickly.
Yeah.
And she said, "This is not even safe."
Yeah. And
I
how old was she at the time?
58.
Okay. Yeah. 58.
58. Yeah. And so it's about 3 years ago. And that
Okay.
was her, I got to do something different. And it was part of us kicking off to really make a change.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. I mean, that's amazing. That's amazing. Anything else? Was there anything else to add to the list?
No, I mean, there probably is, but I mean, there's lots of details.
Okay.
But my point is there wasn't a magic bullet, and it was incremental, and it was different things at the beginning, and then it kept going and going and growing and going. And now I do all these things. Sorry, there was.
Okay.
Wow, this is a huge mindset. We made the decision. We had tried things that took over our life, and they were unsustainable.
Okay. Yeah.
Measuring calories, measuring carbs, whatever it was, 1 hour workout sessions every day. I mean, this stuff that, new supplement, we just said we need to do things that we can live with. It's long-term. It's not a quick fix, but stuff that we enjoy doing. Well, at least we don't unenjoy.
Correct. Yeah, we got to, in this context, we have to redefine the word enjoy.
Right.
It's not going to Disneyland, but it doesn't make you miserable, right? And when you're doing it, if you're working out a certain way, it might give you endorphins. If you're eating a certain way, you have to be able to enjoy the food. We're not just going to eat grilled chicken and broccoli all day long for every meal, right?
There's a saying that we've got, is this more of a blessing or a burden?
Okay.
The blessings have to outweigh the burden that it's putting onto us. Otherwise, it's unsustainable. You just can't keep having these emotional withdrawals because you're trying to get healthy, because you just go, it's not worth it. At least for us, that's what it was like.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I want to point out, just from listening to you talk, it sounded like you started this journey about 3 years ago.
My wife did. I go back further.
Okay. You go back further.
Yeah. But I probably have lost 50 of those pounds in the last 3 years.
Okay.
It was very, very gradual. Then I had I've been able to accelerate, and it slowed down again, but it's okay. Yeah.
But it sounds like you've tried multiple different workout programs.
Yes.
It sounds like you've tried multiple different nutrition styles and programs, whether it's, I'm sure that, all the different ones, plus weighing and measuring your food.
Yep.
And that's a key step. I went through something similar. I lost 25 pounds, and, people have asked, well, what was it? Well, a lot of it was the failure along the way, just like running a business or being successful at anything, right? I learned a lot through the failures. I learned what worked for me by trying hard at certain things, like weighing and measuring everything that I ate. Right.
That's the worst, in my opinion.
But I learned a lot through that process, such as I don't need to weigh and measure every single thing that I put in my mouth. Having said that, one of the things that did click with me was when I was weighing and measuring, I was like, I don't want to eat that, simply because I don't want to go through the whole process of weighing and measuring it.
Yeah.
And through that process, I also learned, it's okay to be hungry, right? I'm not going to die. So let's talk about your nutrition a little bit. You talked about a plant-based, not vegan, not vegetarian, but plant-based whole foods diet. What does that look like to you?
So we did go vegan for a little while to just jump in a whole, we said it's unsustainable. It's really hard to do. My brother tried it for a while, the doctor who wrote the book, and he said he couldn't deal with it either. So he's a pescatarian, which means he eats fish a little bit.
Fish and vegetables, right?
Fish and vegetables, fruit, anything that's plant-based. I mean, so that means
fruit and vegetables, nuts and seeds, and fish.
Well, right. And that it's not hyper-processed. There's this new thing out in the news right now called ultra-processed foods. That isn't news to me.
Correct.
And I go through Whole Foods and go, it's mostly ultra-processed foods.
Okay.
It's just organic.
So, So I'm annoying my kids with this now. I no longer call them ultra-processed foods. They are ultra-processed food-like substances. A Cheeto is not a food. Cheeto is an ultra-processed food-like substance. And if you disagree, then please tell me what kind of food a Cheeto 100%,
is. But that's one of the things I do eat once a month. I love Cheetos.
Love it. And so let's talk about this for just a moment. You love Cheetos.
Yes.
So you don't just eat any chip. You eat Cheetos, correct?
Oh yeah, Cheetos. Particularly,
Cheetos. And
yes,
you
and
just shove them all,
Fritos.
Okay, do you just shove them all in your mouth, or do you savor every bite?
That to me is not the issue.
Okay,
the issue is I used to buy the family pack.
Okay,
now I buy the smallest one I can find, and if it's too big, I just don't buy it, or I throw it away now. If I eat too much, I just go, okay, I'm full. I throw it away, and it's a combination of popping it in my mouth and sucking on it and just
love it. Perfect. Okay. Now, one thing that I've done with my kids is I don't eat a lot of chips. They do, but one serving of chips is 30 grams. And so what we do is we'll buy the bag, and then they have to measure out into a little snack bag 30 grams. Yeah. And then they put it in the pantry, and you can eat whatever you want. You can eat as much as you want. But here's the deal. You can only get one bag at a time. You have to go down. You have to sit down and eat it. Right. And if you want another one, then get up. It's fine. Get up and go get it. Because what happens is, what happens in the real world, you get the big bag of Cheetos, and you just keep eating it, and then the bag's gone, and you're like, what happened? But at least this way, it's a way to go, oh, right. I didn't really want 4 servings for us. It's barbecue Lay's potato chips. I didn't want the 4 servings. I just wanted the one. And so it's just an opportunity to be more mindful.
So here's something that might help listeners. And this isn't something I learned until about 2 or 3 months ago. There's studies done on the human brain. I wish there's a podcast. Sorry, I can't remember it. That says it's the anticipation that we really love. And when you're eating food, it's only the first 1, 2, 3 bites. And I find it to be so true, and it's really helped me stop or have really small portions of stuff because I go, yep, that did it. I'm satisfied now.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome that you shared that. So when you're eating fish, you're eating fruits and vegetables, and so when you're at the grocery store, what does a grocery store trip look like for you?
To the left is the fruits and vegetables. We buy a lot of those, and we go to the back. My wife drinks yogurt every morning for breakfast, the drinkable stuff that's high protein. And we buy a certain amount of fish and shrimp. Okay. We will also eat chicken, but that's mostly when guests are coming over.
Got it.
Yep. We haven't eaten beef for 2 years.
Okay.
Now, hopefully I won't get sued like Oprah. I'm not quite as popular as she is, but there's some real issues with beef now with our digestive systems.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I live in Texas. I eat beef, and I'll eat the beef that you don't want if that helps clear up any confusion.
That's okay.
With our
About
listeners.
once a year, I go get a Wendy's double. I'm allergic to gluten, and I pull off the top bun and eat all the stuff inside and throw away the bottom. So
Okay, that is not where I'm spending my one beef meal. If I'm giving myself one a year.
Okay,
that's funny. Okay, talk to me about your continuous glucose monitor. I know I had several friends who were doing that a couple of years ago. They saw great benefit. They were trying to stay fit.
Yes,
they were right. I'm a gym owner. They're gym owners. It sounds like you used it to lose weight. How has that? Did it help you lose weight? Did it help you manage your diabetes? Where are you in your diabetes journey? Those kind of questions.
Okay, so the intention of using it was not to lose weight.
Okay.
The intention was I've got a goal for my endocrinologist that I'm trying to meet, and I far exceed it because I actually know what my blood sugar is now. But what it really helped with is understanding for my body what spikes my blood sugar.
Okay.
And so when I go see blueberries, the great blood regulator, right? Blood sugar regulator.
Yep.
I said, yep, I know exactly what will happen. It'll regulate my blood right through the roof.
Okay.
If I eat too many blueberries. And I'm not talking about a quart. I'm talking about the recommended serving of blueberries.
Gotcha.
So I had to figure out for myself exactly what I could eat. I can eat anything now in a limited amount of quantity, or keep eating that quantity, just spread it out.
Gotcha.
And that's what it taught me to do.
Okay.
And as an indirect result, I know that contributed to my weight loss.
Gotcha. And you're watching this because it's a continuous monitor. So is it on your phone? Is that how it's connected?
It is. And I mean, I don't mind sharing with people. This is what it looks like. You can see I'm at 159. My goal is to be below 180.
Okay.
70% or more of the time. And I'm not going to take the time to do it, but I was at 89% compliance underneath 180.
Okay.
And that is great. And so when I go high, it's okay because I'm coming back down.
Gotcha. And that 180 number, how did you come up with that number?
That's my endocrinologist.
Your doctor.
Yes. And I talked to her and I said, would it be better if I was we lower that? And she said, David, there's no scientific evidence that shows you get any additional benefit.
Okay.
And it's just freeing. And I am so much less stressed now about my eating and about my blood sugar. Yeah. So, and you know that stress, it's counterproductive to weight loss.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, it sounds like as part of your journey, you've gotten at least, your endocrinologist on board with where you are and with what you're doing. And part of her job, part of what she did for you was say, hey, lower is not always better. Below 180, we can be there. That's going to give you the results you're looking for, the longevity results you're looking for, and still keep you sustainably happy. Yes, and sustainably healthy. I don't have any of the typical symptoms that people who have diabetes long-term end up with at this point. Matter of fact, the eyesight is one of the things that's affected. Yeah. I've had to get new glasses for the last 4 or 5 years because my eyes keep getting better. That's healing themselves. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's pretty amazing. Yeah. That's awesome. You also mentioned about understanding your own personal hormones, specifically testosterone. Yeah. How you went to the doctor as part of just an overall blood panel or an annual physical, and you noticed it was low. And then walk me through that process a little bit. It was long enough ago that I don't remember the details, but I did go to a medical professional. Yeah. I was having a lot of fatigue, and that was one of the things they found was low testosterone. Yep. And they prescribed it. And so I started taking it, and I've got a needle, got liquid, and I'll give somebody a hint. They usually prescribe these 1-inch needles that are just okay, suck it up, David, inject yourself once a week. My doctor currently, there's a new thing, which you give yourself very small dosages every day, every other day. Yep. And it's way better. And they're tiny needles instead of big ones. It makes a difference. Yeah. And, anyhow, but now it's pretty common. It wasn't common. I never had heard of it before. Okay. 15 years ago. 20 years ago. 15, 20 years ago. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a kind of a similar story. I try to share this with people anytime we talk about hormonal replacement therapy for anyone. I was low testosterone, like super low, like close to zero, and saw multiple doctors, and the advice that I give is to see one or more medical professionals whenever you have low hormonal, any hormone. Because for me, what it turned out is that I have a pituitary tumor, and it had and it was controlling. So my body was producing testosterone, it was getting immediately converted and not helping my body at all. And so there were some others, but no other symptoms. This podcast isn't about me; it's more about you, and that's a story that just goes off the rails. I can tell it later, but my point is, be sure to check in with. I have an endocrinologist. I just got an email 2 days ago that said I need to update my appointment to check my blood work and see how it's going. So yes, I'm very familiar and with that process.
Well, and I 100% agree. 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer.
Okay.
Which is a key factor in all of your. Now, it was very early; it hadn't gone to that stage of impacting my health. But my opinion is, do not go to some kind of a clinical, just general. Hey, we can get you testosterone cheap. It's too important.
I agree that it is too important. Anybody can load you up with testosterone, but if you're talking about thyroid cancer, I'm talking about a pituitary tumor.
There's reasons,
go see a professional who can see if there's an underlying cause. And for some, the underlying cause is you're sedentary, you don't eat well, you're overweight. That can be an underlying cause. There may be another underlying cause that the clinic down the street who's just giving you the cheapest testosterone possible isn't going to be able to diagnose or help you with.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you? We talked about exercise, where it sounds like you taking over more of your nutrition played a larger role in your weight loss, which for weight loss or body composition in particular, nutrition plays a large role for lots of people. But what has your experience been, more specifically? You alluded to some things, but more specifically, what has your experience been with exercise? So that's not a good look.
At 275 pounds,
okay,
I did sprint triathlons.
Okay,
which is, I don't know how many yards swimming, a 5K run or a 10K, and then a bike ride.
Yep.
And I actually won in my category. It's called the Clydesdale, because you're comping along, right?
Okay.
And I ran two half marathons at 275, which is not good for your body. And I'm sort of glad that I bruised the balls of my feet, and it took me out of doing that, because I think I would have deteriorated the rest of my body. Yeah. I did not lose weight.
Yeah.
I was eating too much, and I recognize that now. I just figured I was burning it all off because I was exercising so much.
Yeah, that's a problem that most people have.
I've tried Body for Life. I've tried CrossFit.
Okay.
I've tried them. And
David doesn't know, for the listeners out there, David doesn't know that I own a CrossFit gym.
I do know, as I said that. But listen, I love CrossFit. I really do. And I like the idea, but I still wasn't eating right. And so this is probably something you're teaching people that either just didn't sink into me, or they just weren't talking to me about it.
Yep. Yeah. So in theory, at there's a fitness the hierarchy of fitness, which is how do you the top being sport, having fun and playing sports and doing triathlons. Right. At the bottom is nutrition. Nutrition is the base. So if your nutrition isn't on point, then you're not going to see the weight loss. You're not going to see the muscle gain, right? And kind of the things in the middle are what we think of as CrossFit, which are all three things related to working out. But the base of the pyramid is nutrition. And, that's why we are Blue Eagle Fitness and Nutrition, right? We got to get the nutrition piece in there, because if it's not on point, it's really hard to see the body composition results that most people are looking for as what you experience.
Yeah. And so I think CrossFit is great. And the fact that you're doing different things every day was great. And the fact that it was both aerobic as well as anaerobic is great. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff. But that being said, I didn't see the results that I wanted long term.
Sure.
But if anybody's listening and you're thinking about going and working with Brian, I would say give it a shot.
Yeah, thank you.
It really is a lot of fun, and there's a family atmosphere. I don't mean like bring little kids. I mean,
that's right.
I'm talking about the people are in it together. It's very supportive, mutually supportive. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
that's the best part is kind of you're all suffering together. Trying to do your best as you can together.
Yeah.
So what other, you were doing sprint tries, you've done CrossFit. What are you doing now? What works for you?
Okay. So I do body weight exercises. All right. So I've got a TRX, which is body weights. People go look
rings,
it up. Right. It's rings in the gym. So that's one. And then I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, and so is my family, and we've got this tradition. Whenever they score a touchdown or a field goal, we do push-ups up to the score.
Okay.
And so they've been scoring a lot this last season.
They have been scoring a lot.
And I realized that it's a really great full body exercise. And so I set a goal to do 900 one month.
Okay.
And which is 30 a day, isn't that many.
Yeah.
And then I went to, I don't remember how many. I got up to about 1,500. I got 6, so I'm back down. I'm building up again.
Okay.
But it has flattened out my chest.
Yeah.
I never used to wear T-shirts. And now, black T-shirt, it's my go-to.
I love it.
And I've got abs, and I still am too heavy to have a washboard. But
Sure. I love it. So you have abs. And how old are you again?
I'm 61.
61, right? I mean, yeah. People are like, oh, I'm not in my 20s anymore. You don't have to be in your 20s.
No, and since I've lost this weight, I went down to Brazil for some meetings, and somebody said, "How old are you?" I said 60 at the time. He was just shocked. Yeah. And it's because I'm strong.
Yeah.
Right. And because I do stuff that keeps me strong and erect, you know, standing up straight and I walk fast and, so it's great.
Well, since you're a Buffalo Bills fan, you know, another great workout for you can be to climb up or to get a plastic folding table, put it near your roof line, climb up onto your roof and jump on the table. I mean, that seems to be a Buffalo Bills thing. And I assure you will improve your fitness through all the climbing and effort on that.
Well, if I do that, you'll be the first one to get a video. Okay.
I love it. We'll just tag it on to the end of the one we're making right here. My last question kind of about fitness. You did mention about intermittent fasting.
Yes.
How I think you may not have even, or you're East Coast, so maybe you have broken your fast today.
No, I'm mountain time.
Oh, you're mountain time. Oh,
yes.
I'm thinking Buffalo Bills. You're up. Okay,
that's where I grew up. Yes.
Okay, so you haven't. Okay, so you haven't eaten yet.
Correct.
Okay, and how's that? What does your intermittent fasting process look like?
So I try to be done at 8 or 9 o'clock, but I don't kill at night. Sorry, yes.
Okay.
But I don't kill myself on that end, but I try to stick to 12. Okay. Sometimes it's 11,
so
sometimes it's 1.
So at about noon is when you're planning to eat your first meal, and you plan to eat only from an 8-hour window. It sounds
8-hour
like, from
window.
roughly noon to 8.
So it's about, in theory, a 16-hour fast. But here's one of my deals. I have decided I can't be rigid because it means I'm failing. Okay. And I don't think it's failing if instead of fasting for 16 hours, I fast for 14.
Yeah.
Or some mornings I wake up and go, you know what? I am hungry. I'm going to eat this morning.
Okay.
It's okay. I find that when I've been on programs, it's really rough when you're being told directly or indirectly that you failed because you didn't do this. You didn't weigh your food. You failed.
Yeah.
If you don't do it every time, if you don't go to workouts every day, I'll leave it at that.
One of the through our nutrition coaching, one of the things that we work with people on the most is giving themselves grace.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's okay to forgive yourself. Well, I should be doing this. Should relative to what? Should relative to the superstar Hollywood model workout that they're trying to do to prep for a movie. I mean, or, hey, you've lost 5 pounds in the past 3 weeks. Work has now gotten crazy. We're a little bit stressed. Let's relax a little bit on, we had a snack that wasn't in the original plan, but you enjoyed every bite. It was a snack you enjoyed. It helped get you through the day, and we're not going to do this every day for the rest of our lives, right? Give yourself a bit of grace. I think most of our coaching is on teaching people how to give themselves grace.
Makes perfect sense to me. That's why I eat a bag of Cheetos every once in a while.
I love it. Well, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts on, what you've done to lose, did you say 95 pounds now? 95 pounds. Now that is amazing. But before I let you go, can you tell me a little bit more about your business? 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭?
Cash is clear.
Cash is clear. Cash is clear. Thank you.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I'd be glad to. And we were talking about before we got to the recording that you worked at a big company. I worked at a big company, and we don't really think about cash until we have to. And generally accepted accounting principles, or GAAP accounting, does all sorts of funny things to the numbers, and it creates an illusion that may or may not reflect reality.
Yeah.
When you look at cash at bank accounts and what's coming in and going out, and do cash basis projections, that provides real clarity about where you are as a business, how much cash you have, and how much you're going to have or not. And it gives you an opportunity to fix it. Now, this is something I learned over time. It is not taught in schools, but it is what saves companies from failing. And I work with small businesses up to about $10, $15 million businesses.
Okay.
And it over and over again, I said, doesn't your accountant help you with this? I'm not an accountant. I'm a business person. And no. Matter of fact, it was the opposite.
Yeah.
So I've started teaching bookkeepers, accountants, CPAs, tax preparers, certified financial planners, somebody who's a CFO for a public company for one of their divisions, like you were.
Yep.
They've joined my program because they're going, I need to learn this stuff to help my company or the companies that I work with.
Yeah. Now, so you mentioned this phrase that I don't want it to get lost, this cash-based projections. I just feel really nervous that basically 0 people have any idea on their cash-based.
Sorry about that.
No, that they are doing cash-based projections. So just to make sure we're clear, because this to me is the number one. If you know no other metrics about your business, if you understand your cash-based projections, then you're pretty good to go on at least understanding a good understanding about where your business is headed.
Yeah. But let me put it into personal terms, because there's a good chance more people are listening and everybody will understand this. When you do a family budget, you're doing it usually monthly, which is, we're going to get paid this much and then we're going to spend this much. How many of us get paid one day and we spend all the money the next day and then we just coast the rest of the month? Doesn't happen. Yeah. So it's weekly projections of how much is coming in each week, and then weekly expenses to give you the opportunity. If you say, we are going to be short that week, let's push our telephone bill out. Why the telephone bill? They don't care. Yeah. Neither the gas company, the electric company, etc. You don't pay your mortgage late beyond a certain date because they charge you a fortune, but you can push it out a week. Generally, it's 15 days. You got to go look it up for yourself. But the point is, you can make these decisions if you do these types of projections, saying this is when we have to spend the money and this is when the money is coming in. And guess what? If you can add and subtract and keep a calendar, you can do this.
Awesome.
Just put the day, month, or week across the top. Income, expenses, add up your income, subtract the expenses, and put it up in the top of the next column. Super easy to do.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for your time. If people want to reach out to you and connect with you somehow, what is the best way for them to do that?
The best way, you're going to get a free ebook at the same time.
Okay, perfect.
Is go to CIC60.com.
CIC60.com.
60.com. You're going to get an ebook, and you'll also get an email from me. Just send me an email and respond to that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, David. I really appreciate your time. I learned a lot. I know our listeners are going to find this valuable, and I hope you have a great day.
Thanks, Brian. It was wonderful being here and talking with you.
Thank you.